If you need a driver's logbook for your EV for business, you need to know where did you go and how far, how many kilowatt hours did you charge, and you don't want to write all of this down yourself, then Tronity is exactly what you need. Tronity connects to your car, a lot of brands are supported, and in the app or in a browser you can see all of this data. You can also manage a whole fleet of EVs and see where they charge at home or for business. Check them out in the link in the description below.
Hello everyone, today I have a wonderful drive. I have here a Volkswagen Id.3 Pro, an old version, and here we have an Id.3 Pure, the new version. So this has a 52 kilowatt hour battery and this a 58. And today we're gonna drive a bit my usual consumption comparison on the highway around 100 kilometers, charge to 80% here, drive, come back, charge to 80% again, and wanna see the difference in consumption. This car has 31,000 kilometers on it. This car here has around 6,500 kilometers. It's pretty new. Both have no heat pump. This has 18-inch weird wheels, not special wheels, and this has 19-inch wheels. I'm going to show you in a second. You can see the 18-inch wheels here, and I have 19-inch alloy wheels. So that will be very interesting what the difference will be. We are on our way. Xaver in his Volkswagen Id.3 Pro is in front of me. We're gonna do the same as we always do with these tests. After 25 kilometers I pass him, so I'm in front. Then we're gonna turn around after around 50 kilometers. When we have accelerated to our speed, which is 130, he's gonna pass me, and on the way back in the middle I'm gonna pass him again, and then we're gonna go back to the charger, different charger but on the same location. And we have the same settings for heat, 21 degrees in auto. We are both in comfort mode. We have exactly the same. He's on software 3.7, by the way. This Pure here has 5.2. I haven't seen anything new, and I asked Volkswagen that all the changes are under the hood. So there's nothing, no new features or anything you can see here. It's the same as with 5.0. So we're gonna drive mostly 130 if we can, and if there's a speed limit, we're gonna drive the speed limit. Not too fast, nobody's endangering anyone. Hello, here I am. So, like I said, in the middle I passed him. We just turned around and he passed me with the same speed, 140. I was driving 130 before it was in reverse. And when we accelerated back up to our cruising speed, we looked at our state of charge and our consumption. And what is the result? I was at 54%. he was at 55%. So he has 1% higher state of charge. And consumption, I was at 217 watt-hours per kilometer. He was at 209 watt-hours per kilometer. So he has lower consumption, but we have almost the same state of charge. And that the question now, what is the lower consumption, just because of the rims, the wheels, or does the car show the wrong number because he has software 3.7 on it? I have software 5.2, which by the way has nothing new. I think it's all under the hood. But we'll see when we charge back up to 80%, then we'll know if the real consumption, because maybe that's different. I arrived with 34% consumption, 204 watt-hours per kilometer, 113 kilometers driven. He's at 35%, 114 kilometers driven, 196 watt-hours per kilometer. So we plugged both cars in. We're gonna see 35%, 34%. I'm guessing I'm charging faster. My battery says it's at perfect temperature still. In 3.7 we can't see that unless with an OBD dongle. We have 406 volt here, I have 366. He has 56 kilowatt, I have 79 kilowatt. Ha ha! The Pure is at 69% and charges with 64 kilowatt. The Pro is at 59%, 10% less, and charges with 47 kilowatt. And in the car before I looked, Pure said 20 minutes to 80%, Pro said 30 minutes to 20%. The Pure is done in 22 minutes, 25.113 kilowatt hours. And the Pro is done too in 32 minutes, 24.57 kilowatt hours. Let's analyze the data. Let's look at everything. Here in this, I have on the left the Id.3 Pro and on the right the Pure. And as you can see, Pro had the 18-inch wheels and the Pure the 21-inch wheels. We had the heat at the 21 degrees. We drove 61 minutes. The important consumption of the Pro was shown 196 watt-hours per kilometer, but the trip meter says 114 kilometers, Google Maps says 113, so when you calculate it to the real consumption, it's 198 almost. The Pure said 204 kilometers were right, so it's 204. So here they get already a bit closer when it comes to consumption. Then, amazing, the range. Calculated range, again, this is not a perfect range test, we only drove 113 kilometers, but the Pro only has 251 kilometers of range, the Pure just 4 kilometers less. 4.4 kilometers less. And the calculated battery size, I take the full range plus the calculated consumption, I get to 50.1 kilowatt hours with the Pure, which is okay in the winter. And with not driving a full range test, usually it's a bit under with Volkswagen. The Pro only has 49.7. There are 8.3 kilowatt hours missing. So again, I would say 2 or 3 would be okay in the winter, but 5 kilowatt hours are missing. And it's very possible the car is from 2021, so it's 4 years old and has 31,000 kilometers on there. The Pure is, I don't know, 9 months old, I have no idea, 6,500 kilometers. So that's already interesting. But let's go over to our data. Displayed 196, calculated 198 watt-hours per kilometer, charged, we're at the Pro right now, charged 24.57 kilowatt-hours. Then average consumption after charging is 217 watt-hours per kilometer. So here we have a difference of 6, and then when I do the same with the Pro, I get only to 5 watt-hours per kilometer. That looks to me that both have the same charging loss, and the battery of the Pro, I didn't have the heating of the battery on. Of course, I did that on the way to the charger before we started driving. And I think that the Pro had a colder battery for sure, because why would the battery be heated up by anything? There was no external heat. But what I didn't want to happen, that's why I preheated the battery with 5.0, even 4.0. When you plug in and the battery is cold, then the battery will be heated up while charging. In the Pro with the old hardware, it would only do that if it's extremely cold, and then the charging result would be wrong, and I didn't want that to happen. So the Pure had for sure a warmer battery for the whole drive, and then also for charging. But no fan or anything, so it seems still like the Pro had an okay temperature for charging, and it was just like that. Average power for charging at the Pro was 46 kilowatt, on the Pure 68.5 kilowatt, and this is where you can see the new technology, new battery, new hardware and everything. It's just amazing. I just looked at the weight difference, and it's just 26 kilos when it comes to the battery, and nothing is in there. He doesn't have a head-up display. I did have a head-up display. Both cars didn't have a panoramic roof. He had travel assist. I don't have travel assist. I just have cruise control, but this has nothing to do with weight. And both no heat pump. So I think that the features don't add any weight in both cars. I don't have the second floor, he did, but I think that's a kilo or so. So 25, 26 kilos difference. The Pro is a bit heavier, and still it had lower consumption, and I think it's all with the rims. I don't even know, I think it's the tire size, so 18 or 19, because the size, because it's a 215/55 and the other one is a 215/50 on the 19-inch. I think the size is the same, but the rims, the alloy rims of the Pure, they look better, but I think they're a bit bad for consumption. It's not horrible difference, but I think that's the difference. Motor, it's the same motor still, but reduced. So the Pure has 170 horsepower, where the Pro has 204 horsepower, but it's software reduced. It's the same motor. But it was a very nice test, and it was a nice result as well. If you want to follow me on Instagram, BatteryLife1, and if you want to support the channel, there's a Patreon link in the description below. And here on YouTube, there's also channel membership. And if you want to know what's happening behind the scenes, I have a third YouTube channel, Behind the Battery. But that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and take care. Bye.